Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Wait, I will say something.
हाँ.
मैं तुमसे प्यार बहुत करता हूँ.
मैं तुमसे बहुत प्यार करता हूँ.
Yes.
Nice. Just बहुत. Nice.
It was wrong.
No, it was fine. Like बहुत प्यार करता हूँ. You
बहुत
said
प्यार करता हूँ.
प्यार बहुत करता हूँ. Which is
हाँ.
also makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, मैं भी तुमसे बहुत प्यार करती हूँ.
What is maybe?
Me too.
हाँ, okay.
Like. Okay, that was thank you for the surprise Adam. I really appreciate it. Okay guys, can I now say my salam?
Yes, you can say.
Assalamu alaikum.
Merhaba.
Khushamadid.
Hoş geldiniz.
Welcome to our YouTube channel, Miyaan
Biwi
Aur
TV.
So guys, today's review is going to be interesting. We have 3 dramas lined up for today's video. We will start with Dastak, Knock Knock. Then we will move on to
New show Behroopia.
new Faysal Quraishi show Behroopia on Green Entertainment. We will talk about how it is slightly similar to already that his other drama is going on Raja Rani.
Yeah.
So same house, kind of a few, like personality disorders. So very similar some things are about this show. How did we like it? Do we recommend it? And lastly, then another new show started on I think, which had a lot of people were interested, which ended,
Shirin Farhad.
which started right after Karzajan, Shirin Farhad. Which is actually a nostalgic. It's a nostalgic show because it's a period show because it's based in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
So without wasting any time, let's quickly roll on to Knock Knock. Who's there?
Moiz. Dastak.
Moiz Dastak. Dastak is a surname. Hello, Mr. Dastak.
Moiz Dastak.
Moiz Dastak. Okay. So, I think we established last time that you are really liking this show now, right?
Dastak.
Yeah.
Was I?
I will put here a clip of you saying I'm liking this show.
Are we enjoying Dastak?
I am.
Yes,
it's
right?
cute.
I am also enjoying.
No, I was going to ask, does that, are you still continuing with that, with these 2 episodes that we watched?
No, Dastak is fun to watch.
Thank you for this in-depth analysis. Let's move on to the... What? Give me some more.
It's fun. It is a good show.
I don't know if it's fun, but it's like...
No, fun means it's like the father
Easy
is doing
watch.
something evil things.
That's true. That
true.
can be sometimes fun to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about Adam, but okay.
No, I mean, I can say it's not a boring show. It's not fun to watch. It's not very serious. It's not very kind of dull.
So
boring.
guys, I will tell you this one thing. I will share something about our, when we were still getting to know each other. So most of the times when I would message at them, at that time we were kind of dating each other. So at that time when I would message at them, I will be asking him, so how are you feeling today? When he would ask me, I'm like, yeah, I'm a little down today. Oh, I'm very excited today, something. He will say to me, neutral. Every time he would say to me, neutral. So his review was also very neutral.
Neutral is a word. It's not very good.
I would say neutral is not a word. It doesn't describe anything.
It describes.
It
It's
doesn't.
We say sometimes in Turkish also, for example, what are you doing? I'm not doing anything.
Guys, please comment below and tell us that do you ever describe your feelings? Oh, today I'm feeling neutral. What
Yes,
does that?
neutral.
Are you Switzerland or what? Even Switzerland isn't neutral anymore. So I just want to know what is the meaning for human feeling to be neutral.
Neutral is I'm not feeling down or it's not a bad day, but it's also not very good day. It's not a good day, so it's neutral.
So every time he was just neutral.
Neutral. It's the same kind.
So much excitement.
Yes.
Okay. So as we were talking about Dastak and Adam has neutral feelings about Dastak, I have more favorable feelings about Dastak. I am really enjoying the show. And here, okay, I mean, if we're talking about these 2 episodes, episode number 23, 24, I think we are now getting towards approaching the end of the drama. I honestly don't know how much more story is left, but I guess there is, because if it goes to 30 episodes. So then we
Also,
have
there is-
6 episodes left.
I feel like Seth is gonna do something, so there is
Yes.
more story.
Yes, that didn't happen this time. It was mostly just Moiz and Kiran.
Kiran.
So finally, Moiz's father had agreed, but we were both suspecting there is
Yeah,
something
there is
fishy
something
going
fishy.
on with this bald uncle, and we were true.
Yeah, you're right.
By the way, you said this actor, he resembles a
The
Turkish
Turkish
actor a
actor,
lot. So
right.
maybe we can put their side by side.
Yeah, as I remember, his name was Ozan Güven, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong. So I can put here right now.
So this actor's name is
Can you find like that? Because
Sohail Samir, is there? No. Actually, I don't know. I thought I knew, but here is it mentioned? Maybe
okay,
not.
we will mention in the video
Yeah,
here.
let's not waste time on that. Anyway, so father was up to something fishy, and we definitely saw that because he sends Moiz to a very far off place to site
work.
exactly to work at. Then he's coming to Kiran's house with his wife, and there he meets irritating neighbor first of all.
Yes, but before that, I will just say it was so obvious or clear. I can say there was an evil music playing when the father was saying like, "Okay, let's go." Then after that, he was looking like this.
Yeah.
Like,
And especially when he made that phone call, to like some
In the office.
architect, something. So we knew something's up.
Yeah.
My thing is, okay, Moiz just saw what his father is capable of. He literally sent hooligans to Kiran's house to mess up her apartment to scare the girl.
Yeah.
Now, if he can resort to such behavior, it means he easily going to accept. Now, I thought Moiz should be more, at least my father is going for the first meeting ever he's going to meet with Kiran. I should definitely be there as a,
sometimes in these dramas, I feel this more. They are like so, I don't know, everyone is like innocent or whatever. They are like, they are not thinking very clearly. For example, Moiz, logically, exactly, logically. Because, for example, Kiran thought actually, maybe your dad, do you think your dad did this? Like, she asked him. So, but Moiz was saying, maybe kind of like it's obvious actually who can do this. It's not a burglary, it's not there was no thief because money were there like inside the drawer, so everything was like present in the like a house.
Yes, plus it's a gated community, and this community is owned by the dad,
right?
Moiz's Moiz's father.
In some dramas it's not very realistic.
Yes, but when Kiran points it out, he does say, it can be. So I feel like sometimes you don't want to admit the truth to yourself because it's his dad. He doesn't want to think about his dad being so evil. It was an evil act. But when Kiran points it out, he's like, I think you can be right. And then he overhears his father admitting this to his wife. So he's very upset. He said, okay, I'm leaving you guys. Then the mother also says to the dad that at least for the sake of my love, accept this. He says, okay. I just thought his okay again was very fast. How did he just say okay? And then we see that he tells Kiran, okay, yes, my parents are coming, and Kiran's parents are happy that, okay, Moiz's parents are coming. So they all come to meet at Kiran's house. However, as we mentioned before that Moiz was sent far by his father, so it would have taken his time. So for some reason, his parents land before anyone, and they meet the very Fazul nosy neighbor auntie outside the house, who is just like, oh, so you are coming to this girl Kiran, and she looks very innocent, but she has like male friend over a lot.
वैसे अजीब लड़की है, बच्चे को लेकर अकेले रहती है, बस एक दोस्त है वो आता जाता है. आप खुद बताएं, एक लड़की को जेब देता है, अपने घर में ना मेरे लड़कों को बुलाए. देखने में तो सही लगती है. खैर मेरा क्या, मैं चलती हूँ.
And like she doesn't look like this, but do you think this is appropriate?
That neighbor was, I guess, she doesn't have any like husband. I feel like because
she doesn't have a life.
No husband can tolerate. I feel like her.
It's already like this auntie. I cannot tolerate.
But sometimes I will just say one thing. Sometimes some aunties are so angry. I feel like in their life there is no maybe man or some love. There is no, because they are so angry. In some professors also, I feel like I don't want to right now actually include so many people right now here. But I see sometimes women maybe without any love. Actually, men also. It's applied to men also. Human beings. But mostly sometimes some women are so angry and like they are very. In Turkish we say also their nose is in every kind of place.
Nosy,
like nosy.
Yeah.
Like they are so many. It's just like this is not your like any like you
This
know
isn't your job.
job and like
This isn't your business. None of your business.
and none of your business.
Yeah.
I was actually searching for that word.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I agree, but I think it's not maybe she doesn't have a man. I think she does, but most of these aunties have very like toxic husbands, or so
Maybe.
they are trying to entertain themselves in different ways, which is one of this, to be nosy and make other people's lives hell. Because you know how they say hurt people, but so it's like that situation. But we did so much psychological analysis on this very side character who comes for like 2 minutes on the screen.
But 2 minutes were like equal to she.
Yes. So anyway, the dad comes and he comes to Kiran's house.
So rude.
I forgot what is his name. I should have written his name somewhere because we should call him by his name. But anyways, Moiz's father. Feroz, true.
Feroz.
Because the mother says Feroz.
Yeah.
आपने क्या किया? Feroz, ये क्या किया? Feroz ऐसे क्यों किया? So Feroz, uncle, he is so rude. He's like, oh, you live alone here. So Moiz comes here while you are alone here.
Also, when they were saying Assalamu alaikum, he was like,
yes, she was serving him tea, he wasn't taking.
Yeah.
She said salam, he didn't say salam.
So rude.
He was so badtameez.
मैं डाल देती हूँ चाय.
थैंक यू बेटे, शुक्रिया.
अंकल
Jinx. He was so badtameez to Kiran. I would have just kicked him. I would have just said, okay, please leave. This is my house. I know she is like shown to be, but it's very like can't be tolerated, this kind of behavior. Not even irritating, it's just flat out rude. Like, you get out of my house. In my house, you are behaving towards me like this.
Like that.
So why did you come in the first place if you were going to behave like this? So he says that you live alone. So, you know, he implies things on her character. Like, she has a loose character. Then another thing he implies is that she definitely, we know he thinks she's a gold digger. Said that you just are taking advantage of Moiz's innocence. So you just want him for his money.
Yeah.
And because what else did he say? Something like, you are divorced, you have a son, and my son is unmarried. Which woman does this thing? Like, which woman does? I mean,
एक बच्चे की माँ का किसी कुंवारे लड़के से शादी करना भी रिवाज नहीं है. पता नहीं क्यों. मुझे लगता है जैसे आजकल की नस्ल ना बस रस्मों रिवाजों को तबाह करने.
So all these things he says to, as I was saying, to Kiran. And by the way, here I didn't like one thing, the mother. She is
she was so silent. Yeah, I was gonna say
Feroz. Just mildly, she would once or in like 2 minutes, she will say Feroz.
She was so बहुत खामोश.
Yeah, she was very chup. She was very silent. Yeah. So she had to, I think she should have stood up for Kiran more there. Maybe some people's personalities are they can't confront, and so she didn't, but at home she slightly did stand up, but still I felt like she should have done that more. Then Kiran's parents come and he repeats the same kind of things. What kind of you people are you decent people who allow their daughter to live alone, and all of this, I will say, bakwas, he repeats to the parents, and the parents are like, the father especially, Sajad uncle is like, can you just leave, get out of here, you are
just humiliating.
Yes, you can't control your own child, and you are like talking about my daughter like this. I will not hear this. This is the exit way. And very nicely he says, okay, leave.
अपने बेटे को संभालिए, ये रास्ता है, जा सकते हैं.
चलो निका.
Yeah.
So they leave, and then Moiz arrives. But before that, the parents are very like feeling down there. How can you marry now him? They are going to make your life miserable. Yeah. Moiz comes with a bouquet of flowers, and he sees Kiran is crying. He's like, wait, my parents, didn't they come? When did you? I mean, can't you see their expressions say it all? But anyways, so Sajad uncle basically says, Moiz, are you sure you can tolerate your dad's narazgi and all these things? And he says, I can. Don't you know me by now? Something like that.
Yeah.
Then the father has now turned. Sajad uncle has done 180 degrees. He is now from this very like kind of like stubborn and not conservative, but more yeah, slight conservative, but more narrow-minded to now this like more tolerable uncle he has become. So he has a nice change in his personality, which I think they did it nicely. It showed because he went through different stages after his wife left, so it's believable. Sometimes it's not believable in dramas.
If it is instant.
True. So he says, okay, if you can, he actually agrees. But Kiran is double-minded.
Yeah.
So after they leave, Kiran has this talk with Moiz. But before that, she is having flashback with her ex-husband. And she's having how he treated her so ruthlessly, so angrily, and how he was so bad to her. And you really see more like Saif was so evil to her, you know. And then she's like, have so much fears already. We have so many obstacles in our marriage. I don't want to do this. You will become bitter towards me. You will then in the future you will blame me that you are the reason I am away from my parents. You know, which I think is practical thinking, right? It can happen. You, as much as you say I love you, I love you, I love you, things change after marriage. So she has PTSD, and she says no to Saif, that no, we will not go on with this. And then I'm saying Moiz, sorry for mixing up the names, guys, I do this so like try tolerate it with me.
लेकिन आज जो कुछ भी हुआ ना, मेरा यकीन करो, मेरे माजी की सब तलखे यादें मेरे सामने आ गई। मोइज, मैं डर गई हूँ।
किरण, वो माजी था तुम्हारा और मैं हाल हूँ। प्लीज मुझे एक मौका तो दो, प्लीज।
मैं ये शादी नहीं कर सकती। आई एम सॉरी। आई थिंक यू शुड लीव।
So Moiz goes back to his house, and there he says, okay, good for you, you won and I lost, to his father. And the father is like, now you will see, I was right. He keeps repeating this. So basically we see Moiz is miserable, living in his misery. He just doesn't, his mother is seeing this. His mother is getting angry at Firoz. And Kiran's parents and her mamu are also, actually they are with Moiz more. They are like, we will support whatever you do. And I think Moiz is her friend also. Moiz really
because
loves
Moiz
you.
is decent also, but the parents are not. Actually, not the parents. Mother is nice. The father is evil.
Yeah. But I will again say what the thing her friend said in the previous episode, that if your husband is loving, then you can still go through this life.
Yeah, but I guess Kiran doesn't want to take risk.
Yeah, she doesn't want to take risk because she has a son and everything. So we see that. Then just one thing we will touch upon before we are actually done with this review.
There was a pervert guy.
No, yeah, that was towards the end. But before that, the whole story with Faryal and Saif. So Faryal goes to an adoption center.
Adoption.
There she sees a boy, and she has this instant connection with this boy who became yatim very recently.
Yeah, 2 weeks something.
Yeah, and she goes to then Saif, and she says that I want to adopt. I saw this boy. Saif said,
Saif says no.
Yes, he said, I don't have that zerf. Like I, as a man, I don't have.
I already have a son.
फरियाल मेरी अपनी औलाद होते हुए मैं किसी और की औलाद को वो सब कैसे दे पाऊंगा? मैं सोच भी नहीं सकता।
Very good. You realize you already have a son. I wanted to smack his face. I am sorry, but my heart, his face is so, he has such like something in him that is irritating in his character.
You are saying character, I'm saying face. Sorry, Saif.
I mean character, because he's like, he has this, I don't know, there is some irritation I get. So he is not on board with the adoption, and we are seeing Faryal really wanting to adopt. So we will see what will happen. Lastly, just Pupho is being this Seapa. Pupho is such a Seapa. Appa is a Seapa. The Appa, Seapa. Seapa means like what how can I describe Seapa to a Turkish husband, to a Turkish, not husband, to a Turkish man?
In English, you can say just, it's
I don't know.
Turkish.
I know, but I'm like, even in English, you know, some words are hard to describe in another language. Seapa means like head, like headache, like pain in the head. But you can, you know. So she is such a Seapa.
You say baş ağrısı sometimes, or baş belası.
Yes, this Appa comes, she is like, to Sajasi, your wife, what did you do? Why did you go? You Sajad did right by taking his house. A man should be the owner of a house. Like, it was her brother's house. He cannot be. I know I'm very hyped about this, but this Pupo really gets me going.
Yeah, but that Pupo also neighbor also. Those
That
two
neighbor
characters.
Pupo. Yes. So
And lastly, this pervert guy also.
yes. So where Dastak ends is that this guy. So
Event planning.
Kiran is doing event planning for this guy's anniversary. I couldn't understand anniversary. What kind of anniversary? Is it like a job, his wedding? Because if it's his wedding anniversary, marriage anniversary,
Why is he flirting?
yes, he's literally, and not even just to Kiran, like nobody's around. Her friends are right there, and he's like, if Kiran shows me
Shameless.
this, such shameless, like it's so infuriating.
So
So guys, as you can see, I'm very hyped up. This doesn't have anything. It just has Johar Jo Shanda, by the way, because I have a little flu. But I think, I don't know, the flu is making me go like all like in my feels. So here we are done. I will just give a shout out to Suhail Yabro. I really think, I was saying this to Edem, I really think she's an underrated actress. She should be appreciated more for her craft. We are not really watching much Farhad, but from what I've heard, I watched a few episodes when I was in Pakistan. I saw her acting was great. I've seen her in other things, but it's been a while since we started watching Pakistani drama. So this is her first proper thing that I'm watching after a long time, and Edem's first.
Yeah.
I really like her acting. I think she is subpar with Yumna Zaidi, Sajjal Ali. Like, she's there with them. Her acting is very, like, her chemistry with her son. It seems like she's really her mother. Her sisters really like the big sister with her dad, really their daughter. So I'm really liking that.
True.
I just had to put her. Like, I really liking her.
No, I agree.
My neutral.
No, I agree. My also the character, I mean the actors actually Sajjal Ali, I was gonna say, Suhail Ali Abro.
Yeah.
Then
Kubra Khan. We were watching Jeeto Pakistan, maybe a little too much we watched, because someone here got a crush on
Not a crush.
And now he is saying that not a crush.
No.
Kubra Khan, beware.
Are you sure?
She's married now, by
Yes,
the way.
of course. We are also married, you know.
Okay.
No, I was gonna just, I was listing. Yumna Zaidi, I liked, but the character in
You
Karzejan,
didn't like much in Karzejan.
I didn't like much, but Yumna Zaidi is also a nice actor. But really, I can say Sajjal Ali is a good.
Dana Neer was very good also.
Dana Neer is also.
in Memes and Mohabbat.
First, I thought she was a little bit irritating, over the top, but then actually she was also
her crying
nice.
moments and her emotional moments in Memes and Mohabbat were awesome.
Yeah.
So that's all for Dastak. Now we will move on to
Behroopia.
Faysal Quraishi and Madiha Imam, the girl. These are the two main, like the hero heroine of this show called Behroopia, which has started on Green Entertainment. Okay, your very fast, quick initial,
Very quick.
Initial, what is it?
I like the concept.
You like the concept.
Very quick.
For me, I like the way, the treatment of the show.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go from there. So Behroopia is starring Faysal Quraishi. Now we have two Faysal Quraishi shows on air right now, which both of them started simultaneously, literally. One is Raja Rani on Hum.
He was behaving like a child there, and now he is becoming a multiple disorder, identity disorder, or something.
Multiple personality disorder he has, and they took another name, associative something. I'm forgetting the proper term for that. Anyways, guys, so this is starring, as I said, Faysal Quraishi. Faysal Quraishi is playing this character. His name is Mikhail. Right? His character's name is Mikhail. The main character's name is Mikhail. He has had a lot of childhood trauma on the hands of his father. He had to go under treatment. Now he suffers from multiple personality disorder. How many personalities he has, we don't know yet. They haven't revealed that, but we saw, I think, 2 more personalities, or 1. I am not so sure.
Kabir, right now we saw.
And another one I think we saw, but I don't know. So
Kabir is more like a sarcasm, like
more stronger than Mikhail. Mikhail is more scared.
No, Mikhail is like that, but Kabir is more like a funny kind of. He's right? Am I wrong? He was like, what is this food? He was like
that Kabir?
That was Kabir.
Then what was
He was saying Mikhail is not here.
Yeah.
He was saying that was Kabir.
Okay, so as you can see, we are also a little confused. But actually, the show is not that confusing. You are very much clear on characters, but just this personality, I think we will get a hang of it. But I think we saw maybe two different or one different, not two different or three different personalities. But anyways, like I said, so he is suffering from some childhood trauma because of which this has resulted in multiple personality disorder. He still thinks his father is around. He's haunted by his father. He's everywhere he's going. He thinks his father is there. He's drawing eyes and all that stuff. And then his mother, and he lives with his mother, sister, and her sister, and his sister's husband. And they say, no, he's gone. You are like, he's not in our lives anymore. Anyway, so he finds some old pictures or documents and things regarding his father, this man who haunted him so much, and he burns them. But he burns them after his personality changes. He has a personality change, a personality switch from Mikhail to Kabir, I think. And he burns those documents. So the whole house is kind of like there is so much, chaos in the house. And so his story is like this. He's very rich. He has a whole Park Industries group or something.
Yeah. He has something like
super rich family and all that. Then we go to Madiha Imam's side of the story, in which we see that she is a daughter of owner of a Greenview Mall. So she's also well off, but of course not as well off as Mikhail, Faysal Quraishi's character. And she loves this guy, her cousin, her khala's son. Of course, it's a cousin. I'm so done with cousins, but okay. So she's loved. So she mentioned this to her father. She lives with her father, mother, her puppo, and her puppo's daughter. Her puppo is single.
Her puppo is, but by the way, we should maybe say something.
Yes, I think let's mention that a little. I will just say this. So she loves him, but we see that her her cousin whom she loves is not very much.
No, how is the acting? Let's start with. I was gonna say, how is the acting?
Okay,
over the top? Do you think it's
okay? So Faysal Quraishi's acting I liked.
No, everyone's character right now
the
should
mother's sister.
I was gonna say just propose like.
Okay, so first let's describe her character. She's like this single lady living in her brother's house, and she is this character who is very flamboyant, very blunt, very white. Like he has this long black hair and all. Yeah. I thought when I watched the first episode, I was like, okay, she's like that kind of a puppo, that kind of like who's single, has a daughter, but whatever. In the second episode, I could not tolerate her. Whenever she would come on, I'm sorry for the actress, but I think, I don't know, it was director's choice or they made that choice together.
Annoying, right?
It was too over the top. The acting was too over the top. Right?
But I feel like she wants to show also in the character. The character is like this also. As I understood.
It was too much.
It's too much, but like
she needs to bring it down a notch. Like her energy is here. Everyone is on this plane. She is here. So she's not vibing with all the other characters. Seem more realistic. Okay, we can say Faysal Quraishi's side is more dramatic because obviously he has the disorder. His mother is also very sometimes like me. That's different. But she is in this house and she is like the odd one out. In that situation, she is just like. Toodles, and then she is to her niece like, where is your lipstick? I want like this, and like, she's flirting with Faysal Quraishi.
My credit card get declined.
मेरे तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा. मैं समझने से भी काफिल हूँ कि महंगाई किस जगह जा रही है. I mean, only last week I went to this amazing store and I fell in love with this bracelet for my lovely Aisha, of course, and it was only for 2 lakh rupees, And last night when I went to buy that bracelet, 1 लाख रुपए महंगा, 3 लाख रुपए का वो हो गया और मुझे तो समझ में नहीं आता मतलब 1 हफ्ते में इतना फर्क मतलब क्या हो गया भाभी प्लीज चाय दीजिए मेरे सर में बहुत दर्द हो रहा है. अगर तुम सुबह जल्दी उठ जाया करो तो हमारे साथ नाश्ता भी कर लिया करो. कुछ और मंगवा दे तुम्हारे लिए. No भाभी just चाय would suffice, it's just too much of a migraine. One more thing भाई, last night I was about to use my credit card and it got declined. I mean, why? When? What? When? Why did it happen? I just don't seem to understand. I was so embarrassed.
Okay, ऐसा करो सितारा, मैं तुम्हें तुम्हारे अकाउंट में मेरा रकम ट्रांसफर कर दूंगा, तब तक तुम मेरा ये क्रेडिट कार्ड रखो. तबसम सितारा को.
Thank you so much. You take care of me so nicely, bhai.
सितारा, मैं नहीं चाहता कि तुम्हें किसी भी किस्म की परेशानी का सामना करना पड़े.
You're the sweetest. आपका नाम इस क्रेडिट कार्ड पे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. Okay, Shirin.
So like I was gonna buy something. Oh no, I cannot buy this. I am not able.
Yes. Too much.
Too
We will
much.
put some snippets so you can also say, but rather you better yet just watch the drama and let us know, are we feeling it too
Yeah.
much, or is it really that too much? I think it's too much. Her acting. So I will say this show, I'm a little confused. If I'm going to recommend this story where okay, let me just quickly say tell the story again. So there is this guy dealing with multiple personality disorder.
Yes.
He has a fear of his father, and because of his father he has this neurological illness. He lives with his mother, sister and brother-in-law, so he keeps on changing his personality to
Yeah.
protect the real boy, who is Mikhail. Okay, we understood this. Then on the other hand, this girl, she loves her cousin, but the cousin wants to make his wants to be there for his sisters. He doesn't want such a strong woman in his life. His friends were giving her advice, you should marry a timid wife who keeps you happy, who doesn't have any demands, anything. So he's like that. Then she lives, her puppo is, like we said, a very
Yeah.
loud character. And then these two characters, Faysal Quraishi and Madiha's character, they meet at a party in which it's a very fairy tale setting. She is sitting in a very, like, there's a frame. So
Yeah.
she's sitting there, the music is very fairy tale, very fantasy like, and he sees her and he takes a picture of her, but he takes a picture of the painting. So she thinks, so she gets angry, you took my picture without my permission. But he says, oh no. Then she gets embarrassed, she's like, okay, sorry. So he has now, not love, or maybe something at first sight, like he is now liking the girl. But what will happen, we will see. He asks his mother to take his rishta to that girl. That's it. And we see that the girl is facing a lot of setback from her cousin, because her cousin is saying, our love is different kind of love. Maybe if this won't work for me, I can't marry you right now. She says, but I understand your situation. But he says, no, but you are pressuring me and things like that. So
This is all actually, but yeah, like.
And the Puppo has plans to get her daughter, who is more simple than Puppo, for her to be with the cousin. So she's being a very stereotypical Puppos that are shown in the Pakistani television. So she's a Puppo like that. So this is the whole show.
But the important part is actually Faysal Quraishi's part. Actually, the other parts are all side stories. Like Faysal Quraishi's part is actually the main part. So he has a multiple like personalities. I will just say here, maybe we can put also, if like our audience, did they watch, or like they can watch if they didn't watch Split. But Split is the second movie of the third. There is a total 3 movies of like this kind of
a
trilogy actually, about multiple personalities.
James McAvoy, Hollywood.
James McAvoy is playing, and Bruce Willis is playing, and Samuel Jackson. He's playing. So these 3 characters are the main characters of these movies. So the first movie didn't come to my mind right now, the name. I will put the guys, I will put here.
Split.
Glass is the third movie. Split is the second movie.
And,
First movie, it didn't come to my mind. It was 90s or something, as I remember, or 2000s.
It is directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes, Shyamalan or Shyamalan, something. I know. I am sorry, but like something like that. So that movie, I am recommending, like really.
It has a multiple, but actually it has more themes than this. But it has more supernatural, but that's more like a thriller and kind of like.
It is thriller, but the part I like this in this whole trilogy is actually they are believing something. Like for example, they are very strong, and like I don't want to actually spoil the movie, the trilogy, but they are believing they are strong, and they are becoming like a they have superpowers. They are becoming a super beings.
So it's about manifestation, but definitely this is very different. The only common thing between these two,
multiple personalities,
with Split and this, is the multiple personality thing. So here I will say I am a little confused about this show, because
how many personalities also?
Yes, I will say no, not just the personality thing, but also the treatment. One time I thought, okay, it's like a Beauty and Beast. She's the beauty. Faisal Quraishi's character is like a beast. He's coming with his baggage and trauma, and she's like this innocent girl, like, beauty beast. And then her cousin is like Gustav, it's a character from Beauty and Beast. So all these characters, but then so it becomes very fairy tale-ish, but then it loses that, it becomes a little scattered, it's too realistic. I thought if they treated it like a fantasy consistently in every scene, it would have been better.
But it just started right now. Give it a little bit
Yeah,
time.
maybe they will maybe we will understand the proper, like, but right now I felt a little like it was shaking me too much. For one, like I said, Beauty and Beast fairy tale, then I was like, oh, again that cousin marriage, shadi, falana dhamkana.
But those are side stories. I'm just saying.
No, but still, like, the fantasy element, it took me out. More realistic it became than fantasy, so it's just a little shaky right now. That's it. So if I say I will recommend, yes, I will.
Yeah,
say,
I will
what
also
about
recommend.
you?
Yeah, I will recommend.
I will say give it a try.
Yeah.
We can try. We are trying with you. If we like, we will keep watching. And if you
like these unique actual stories.
Yeah, it does have a unique
has a
element.
unique story.
True.
Raja Rani I recommended before, as I remember. So it has a unique story.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I was just going to say, since you mentioned Raja Rani,
you are not listening to me again.
I listen because you mentioned Raja Rani, so just I don't forget. I want to say, I don't know how I feel right now about literally watching Faysal Quraishi in two shows that have similar things in the way that his personality has some underlying health,
sort of.
yes, brain trauma he's dealing with. Two traumas we are watching, and by the way, guys, he's the same kind of like very rich guy living in this drama is shot in the same house, so it takes you a little, it's like,
and there is not much style difference also, like appearance.
True.
He is the same with beard.
Yes.
Like everything almost the same.
I mean, in Raja Rani, when he was shown in the flashbacks, he's like that. But as a boy, he is more clean shaven. But yeah, I feel like sometimes if the actors have these, I think it would be better if their dramas don't come parallel to each other, because it, as an audience, to get fully immersed, you don't want to see the same faces in too many places, because it's then hard to get into the story. For me, I think this is like, for example, in Hollywood, when you're watching a season or something, it's very rare that you find the same main actor. I'm talking about main, not side actors.
Yeah.
Main actor
in two different
big shows that are running. You don't see that. You see them after the show ends. You see them in another show.
It could be better choice if like the Rajan after finishes, for example, this starts.
Yeah, because like I said, same house, not same, but similar issue with brain trauma, and so that thing
but
bothers
still
me.
Stories are very different, so it's like, let's see. Both of them started actually very new. They are very new shows. I guess we need to give it a little bit time to understand it better,
and also we will see
digest.
how Faysal Quraishi is a much older character and the girls are both shows very young. In this show, they do address, his sister says that innocent girl, your age difference, she says something like that, and they will, I guess, also address this in Raja Rani, I'm hoping, because again we are seeing she's a very like older character in I'm talking about character, and
but he's
young
not showing
girls.
his age much, I would say, actually.
Compliment to Faysal Quraishi.
Yeah, it's a compliment right now, but I would just say,
he is.
really?
He seems a little.
I feel like he's not showing
much
much
older than them. Like, look at her cousin versus look at Faysal Quraishi. You see the difference.
No,
in age.
when I look like that, yes, maybe.
I'm saying from the girl.
But when I look like that, just directed at him,
no,
I don't feel he's very old.
No, I'm saying in association, to have a romantic relationship with the girl.
Can be.
In that way, not with other, of course, I'm fine. But with the heroines, Hina Afridi and Madiha Imam. But I think they will address the way it's going. I think they will address this thing. So that's all for
Behroopia.
Let's move on to Shirin Farhad. Shirin Farhad, Hum TV's new venture after the ending of Karze Jaan, where Karze Jaan was Karze Jaan was extremely heavy and intense show. It was, as you guys will agree.
Yeah.
This show seems to be more mellow and more cute and slower.
And it will come, like, eventually it will be a romantic.
Yeah,
like,
it seems like it will be romantic. And it's a period piece. So I am a fan of period piece. Adam knows I love old period pieces like Victorian era, Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen
for
shows.
Me,
Pakistani like Dhoop Kinare. I mean, Dhoop Kinare was from
honestly, it's just like...
a little boring. Okay, your first thoughts.
About the show.
One word.
One word.
Yes. Okay, 2 words.
No, I wanted to say something, but then it will be a maybe insult or
No,
compliment.
say, be honest, say.
I mean, typical. I was gonna use this word,
typical.
but typical kind of. For example, I wouldn't use this typical word for Behroopia or Raja Rani. But for this show, I feel like a little bit I can use that
Typical.
word.
In what way are you saying typical? If you can elaborate on that.
I can elaborate in. We know actually those both main actors is gonna like their road will get crossed with each other.
Yeah.
So they
already
are gonna
did kind of in the end of the second
end
episode.
of the second episode. Yeah. So my only thing is actually I don't know, typical came to my mind because it's not very unique. I will say.
Are you
Shirin
meaning
Farhad is
predictable?
actually, isn't it a story actually? Shirin Farhad like Romeo and Juliet kind of a story. So I will just say right now there is not much. I will be like sounding so much in academic. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I opened the cast.
Listen to me. Eye to eye. Eye to eye.
Okay, I'm looking at your rainbow spectacular eyes.
Laser eyes.
Laser eyes.
So I was saying this is like a Romeo and Juliet kind of a story. It's typical in that way. I was gonna say there is no novelty, but I will sound very academic, like that when they say there is no novelty in this work.
I don't think you're sounding academic. I think you're sounding like a guy.
Maybe.
Like a man.
Maybe.
Not a guy. Guy is a cow.
I want some action.
Exactly. Because this show, okay guys, so first 2 episodes of Shirin Farhad, it's a slow burner.
Very
I feel
slow.
like it's right now, 2 episodes right now were slow.
Yeah.
Slowly, yeah, la, story is going like this. So that's why I think you are finding it like that, because that's a guy in you saying. Behroopia, there is still more something to it.
In the first
Rani,
episode it starts with something. Raja Rani, there is an action.
Dastak now you like because there is the
Dastak,
evil
there is
dad.
something right now, yeah.
So at them it's wanting more stimulation. For me, I like because I will admit, to me also it was slow. Honestly, I was like, maybe we can watch it at higher speed, and we did a little bit of it.
Yeah.
It was a little slow to me, but I am kind of getting lost in that period because I love period pieces, and this is a period piece set in the 70s, I think, if I'm not wrong, in the Lollywood industry, Lahore / Bollywood's Ollywood, so Lahore, Lollywood.
For me, it's not very, like, I don't very much like the period movies and shows.
So that's the
thing, but I like more like a
taste.
Dystopian or utopian. Like I like
now
more.
You are going too into Hollywood. That's not going to happen.
No, like for example, there can be some Pakistani shows. I'm talking to Ham TV or AIY Digital or Green Entertainment. It can be the 2050 year or 2060.
You are going into sci-fi territory.
Sci-fi territory,
that involves a lot of dollar. Where is that going to come from?
But CJ,
have you seen our economy?
The CJ effect can be the the fire.
Also, again, throwback to the fire also in Behroopia and Raja Rani. Faysal Quraishi is burning houses in both shows and with very bad effects.
Yeah.
Do a good job. And same house he's burning. Same people are like, why are you doing this to our house? Anyways.
But isn't a good idea? Pakistani drama, but in Pakistan in 2050 or 2060.
I am not saying anything. Things are too hot right now in the political scene. So I something was coming to my mind, but I didn't want to say Allah khair. I will just say Inshallah. Okay, so this story, just a little bit about the story. So we have Farhan Saeed and Kinza Hashmi as the main hero. Heroine Farhad is Farhan Saeed's character, and Kinza Hashmi is playing Shirin, which was my grandmother's name. So I really love this name.
Honestly,
Shirin,
I don't know both these actors.
Yeah, this is your first time
this is
watching
my first
them.
time.
So I know I watch, and they are good actors. Especially Farhan Saeed, I watched more than Kinza Hashmi. But anyways. So they are both, this show is set in the 70s in the film industry, in the Pakistani film industry, especially based in Lahore. So Farhan Saeed's character, whose name is Farhad, I'm like searching, it's the title. Farhad is the son of a station master. He lives with his sister, doesn't have a mom. So they are like, the station master is very particular about his rules, and he wants his son to do the same government job as him. And he doesn't like these film industry people. He calls them Marasi. Marasi means dancers, but it's like usually...
Low-key.
Low-key?
Low-key people.
Yeah.
Isn't a word?
Like, lower, true. True. So he thinks of them like this. But
Yeah.
what happens is they come to Bahawalpur where Farhad lives, and they shoot a train like for a film at
Yeah.
the train. They shoot a train. They shoot
Train
a
scene.
scene at the train station.
Train station.
Something is like too much going on in my brain today. And there so they spend maybe few days there. So he
Yeah.
gets to know the behind the camera activities,
Yeah.
and he falls in love with
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
activity.
Is-
Are you doing the thing that I do with you?
No.
That yeah thing.
No.
Today he is in a naughty mood. Bad boy. This can be
What?
weird. Okay, I get it.
Okay.
Anyway, let's move on quickly. So as I was saying, he what was I saying?
You were saying he was with the back
Yes.
behind
So
the camera.
Farhad falls in love with the art of filmmaking.
Yeah.
So that's him with his very strict father. He falls in love. On the other hand, Kinza Hashmi's character, Shirin, she is the daughter of a tailor who sews. Yeah, who sews. What is the past tense of like sewing?
Sewing.
Yes, he's making clothes. I
Yeah.
couldn't think. He's making clothes for the films, like for
Yeah.
actors and actresses. So he's very much in that industry, especially in that time tailors were a big, part of the costumes and everything. So she is the daughter of Saifuddin Tailor, and he really wants her to become a big actress, but she is hesitant. I don't know if they haven't really shown why she's hesitant, but she thinks it's too big of a dream of her father's, and she feels pressured, and even her mother is not really on board. So we have one character, Shiri, who is very hesitant about joining this industry, but her father is way over enthusiastic. He takes her to dancing classes, he takes her to the director and everything,
Yeah.
and she's very much hesitating. On the other hand, we see that Farhad basically leaves Bahawalpur, comes to
Yeah.
Lahore, he writes a letter, and
father and
without
sister.
any money, he comes,
Yeah.
he gets employed at a pawn shop to at least get an entrance into the studio,
Yeah.
just because he made contact with the tailor Saifuddin, and he comes and he spends days trying to
Just to
hustle.
enter.
Yes, trying to find a living to enter the studio.
To find the master.
To find the master Saifuddin, and finally he meets him in the second episode, in the last scene, and the master says to him, okay, I can get you entrance into the studio, but that's all
Yeah.
that I can do.
Yeah.
So we see one very enthusiastic, wants to be in the industry,
एक बात तय है शमसा, काम तो मैं यही करूंगा.
Farhad, and one not very enthusiastic, but
Yeah.
is kind of being
True.
somehow forced into the industry, Shiri.
ये ख्वाब बहुत भारी है, मुझसे नहीं उठेंगे, अगर गिर गई तो.
True.
And then in the last scene they come across each other, but the drama ends there. But that's the story for now. My main draw for this story, which you I know don't like, is the period. Like I said, the
Yeah.
period piece, the nostalgia of the 70s, the costumes, the hairstyle, which I think they are doing a good job. Although the pawn shop that they made was cute. That some things are very believable. Although I will say the Honda motorbike, I don't know if it existed at the time. Maybe I'm wrong. I saw. Then
I'm not sure about that,
Farhad
yeah.
has a friend Ali, and his
He has a
bookshop.
bookshop,
I
yeah.
saw Game of Thrones book. So I'm sure it didn't exist at the
Yeah.
time, and it was the very new public. Like they
Yeah.
could have put Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings existed at that time.
Yes, but it's too much. Sometimes you can forget something. It's a
But
mistake,
this is
small
the
mistake.
job of the art department.
Yes, but it's a small mistake. I feel
To me, it's a big, because it was also in the center. Every time they go to the shop, my eyes, every time it's visible, the
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones didn't exist at the time.
Oh, how many people do you think detected that?
Noor and many other Noors. So anyway, so we see this whole situation. So also Farhad's,
Would we recommend?
before that, I will just say just one more thing. Farhad's character, he also has a sister Shamsa, who really, because they two were the only in the house, so she's very close to her brother, so she's very upset that her brother left her. The father is very angry. He doesn't want anything now to do with Farhad, but the sister is obviously feeling sad. She wants her brother, and he's now there pursuing his dreams, making it into the film industry. So I think this is the story of an underdog, and also of the girl, also how both of them will struggle and probably what will happen. I am curious, but like I said,
Would we recommend?
yes, I am getting there. Like I said, I find it a little slow. I found it a little slow in these two episodes. The art direction, everything I really liked. Just a few things were like a record hanging in the house. Now we can make a record.
Would we recommend?
Wait a minute. We can make a record, a decoration piece now, because for us it's retro now. But at that time it wasn't retro, it was the current technology.
The Winley, you are saying Winley
Yeah,
on the wall.
vinyl record.
It's Winley.
Vinyl.
Winley.
Vinyl. I don't know.
Vinyl.
Okay, tell us the
Vinyl.
right pronunciation.
Okay.
Sometimes Turkish people pronounce different, Pakistanis pronounce different, but the English pronunciation is different.
Vinyl.
So which is
You talk so fast right now.
you are making me talk fast. Okay, so I will say I would recommend.
Okay.
Yes.
I am neutral.
Okay, but how is that a recommendation? Neutral means what? Watch or not watch?
If you want to watch. If you don't want to watch, don't. I mean, you know,
Okay,
sometimes
guys, see you.
sometimes you would recommend you definitely watch this. I am
Yeah,
not
I
saying
will-
definitely watch. I am not saying this.
I will say definitely watch because of
Really?
because of the effort they put into the art
Okay.
of. For me it's a definite watch. For now.
Okay.
It
For
can
me-
become like definitely, or it can become okay. Stop watch.
For me, for example, I would say for Raja Rani, definitely kind of
Yeah.
like I recommend.
Uh-huh.
So then Behroopia,
Uh-huh.
kind of definitely again. But for this thing, I am not sure. Because of that, I said neutral.
Okay, that's
is mine.
that's definitely your opinion, but that's
Yeah.
mine. So girlies or boysies who like period pieces, I think you should
Yeah.
give it a watch just to get that feel. I think that feeling from the show is nice, but the letter writing and all those elements, the old phone, going to a shop to make a
Yeah.
phone call, those things are very. I'm saying as if I relate to that. I wasn't even born at the time.
Well, I know. You like
I like
to
those
watch.
simpler times.
Yeah.
I like those letter. I'm romantic like that. That's like romance for me, that era. So that's all. And the costumes I like, and the puffy sleeves and everything. So that's all. I will say yes. Honestly, with all the current, I think we are watching 6 dramas as of yet. With all the current, my number 1 right now is definitely Parvarish. The others are
yeah.
beneath it. For you?
I agree, Parvarish.
Right.
But right now,
And Diane, I think maybe number 2.
Acha.
No, Dastak.
Diane is in the end
Parvarish,
of my list.
Dastak.
Diane is in the end of my
No,
list.
Diane is not in the end for me.
My list.
Okay.
This is my list. Please,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
Shirin Farhad is one up Diane.
Okay. You are going from
Then
the back.
other ones are like Behroopia, Dastak. Dastak is actually after the Shirin Farhad, maybe Dastak.
So before, like top of Shirin Farhad.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine, if I will go, I will say Parvarish. Or maybe Parvarish, Dastak are very close. Parvarish, Dastak, then Diane. I am literally putting, I'm
Okay.
not even kidding. Then Diane, because it's just so fun to watch you getting tortured watching the show. So it's very entertaining for me. Then I will say, these are all 3 new. Literally, we just watched first episode. So I can't say, but I think I might put Shirin Farhad before both of us.
Okay, top 3. Parvarish, Behroopia, Dastak. No, Dastak, sorry. Raja Rani.
Oh wow, if you have Faysal Quraishi. For me, Parvarish,
This top
Dastak
3.
and Diane.
Okay. But
Hate
Parvarish
me
is,
or love me for
but
this.
Parvarish is, I agree with
Yeah.
Parvarish.
And Dastak also. I'm really liking Dastak. Knock knock. So guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed our reviews. Please do not forget to subscribe and like. We would really appreciate that.
Yes,
but
yaar,
we are
please,
not
yaar.
finished yet. You still have to
Yes.
tolerate us, and please tolerate us for 2 more minutes, because we are moving on to our favorite segment.
Word of the day.
So today's word is bardash. With everything that is going on, today's word,
Bardasht.
everyone needs to increase their tolerance for each other. So we need to increase our bardash, which Sajad uncle also says he asked this question to Kiran. He says, can you, like, ये तुमसे बर्दाश्त हो पाएगा कि मोइज के अब्बू तुम्हारी शायद इज्जत ही ना करें? So, add them. What is Turkish translation of bardasht?
Sabır.
Oh, that's Urdu also. It means patience.
Sabir. I without dots.
Okay.
So it is sabır. It is in English we said tolerance. Like we said, right? We said, I guess in English we said tolerance.
Tolerance, yes.
So it is sabır in Turkish. It can be also tahammül, I would say.
Tahammul, another Urdu word.
Yeah, tahammül. But it is, I can say, sabır. So that is our Turkish word for today.
That's all. See you guys.
That's
Have
all.
a nice week. Please give us your feedback. What shows are you watching?
Yeah.
What shows are you recommending? Are we missing any show? Are we should maybe drop this show
Yeah.
and review this one instead? So many things. Please write to us. We will get back to you. We will love hearing from you. That's it. Okay, Khudafiz.
Hafiz.
Thanks for watching. Like,
Share.
subscribe.
Ah, this is so girly.
No, it isn't.